Hello everyone, it's Andy Glen here at Sharks TV. And guess what? I'm delighted. What was delighted, but really delighted to introduce Sharks' newest signing. It's Mr. John Dunbar. John, how are you doing, man?
And I'm doing really well. Yourself, you doing good?
I'm doing amazing, to be honest.
That's
And
good. Yeah.
fans are gonna know you. Anybody who follows UK hockey is going to know you probably from your time at Guildford, but maybe moving on to the Clan last year. And I just want to welcome you to Solway Sharks and welcome to the club.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. Excited to be part of the team.
Yeah, well, it's a slightly different role from the other players that I've interviewed, as I understand it. So you're signing as a player, a hockey operations person slash marketing person. Can you tell us a bit about the role and how it all came about?
Yeah. So I mean, it happened pretty quick, to be honest with you. In the off season, it's always a little bit of a challenge when you're looking at some of your options for the next season. And I'm turning 32 here. Played 5 years in the elite league. You do start having, although I do feel 32 still pretty young. Some of us in hockey terms, you live in dog years, I find. So I have kind of had those thoughts creep in where, what's life after hockey going to look like for me? And speaking with John and David and Phil, this opportunity just seemed like a perfect fit for me to kind of enter the business realm of sport and use my marketing education that I had gone to university for, and kind of intertwine it with still being able to play for another season, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, just like I said, just use that education that I went to school for marketing, and just kind of enter the real world, I suppose, in a sense.
So from the fans' perspective, you're playing for another season, at least another season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, maybe.
Yeah. I think we're just gonna commit to next year for now. Like I said, it was really important for me and just my family to kind of set myself up for life after hockey. And like I said, I think it's always been a dream of mine to somehow find a way to intertwine, obviously hockey being my biggest passion for so long in my life, but also, I went to school for marketing for a reason, and that business aspect of things has always been something super exciting for me. So it's just an unbelievable opportunity, and I'm, super grateful for the ownership for, seeing me as somebody who could fit that role. And I'm absolutely thrilled for that opportunity.
Okay, so what does hockey operations and marketing person actually do on a day-to-day basis then?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's going to cover a wide variety of activities. Um, you know, I think there's some things that you need to prioritize as far as sponsorships and ticket sales, stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's a wide variety of things, and obviously with myself and Craig and the ownership group, I think it's going to be just, yeah, a lot of that, just a lot of day-to-day stuff that comes up that you're going to be problem solving and figuring out. And at the end of the day, I think the biggest thing is ensuring that the fans have a fantastic match day experience when that time comes.
Oh, absolutely. We're so looking forward to it. And we've heard a lot about match day experience. Um, so how did the signing come about? Was it like was Craig noising you up, or was it John, or how did it all come around?
It's funny. It was, well, obviously I have a great relationship with John and David and Phil as well. And obviously with Craig, playing with him last year, he's our captain with the clan. And, I just have the utmost respect for all of those guys. And it kind of started out with, you know, would I potentially want to go over there and play? And I wasn't really sure. I was at a crossroads in my career. Like I said, you kind of have that thought about potentially moving on from life after hockey outside of sport. You can only play this game for so long. And yeah, when that kind of idea came up, where it's like you can kind of dip your foot in the water and open that door for the business side of things. And what better people to learn from than John and Dave and Phil with their background. They have so much knowledge, and Craig as well. He's new to this GM role, but he's his resume speaks for himself. He's been involved, and he's such a highly respected individual in the hockey world. It just, when that opportunity presented itself, it kind of seemed like a no-brainer, and I jumped at it.
I think you're right, and all the things the guys have done. You don't get a sponsorship from Warrior easily. There's a lot of stuff went into that, so you're 100% right about how you're going to fit in and learn to that. So with that in mind, what is your focus going to be on more the business side or more the playing side? How's it going to go for you this season coming?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of both, honestly. I'm very excited for both opportunities, to be honest with you. Obviously, like I said, I'm still very passionate about hockey, and I still feel like I have a lot left in the tank. Just speaking with Craig, and I spoke briefly with Martin as well, just the direction the club's headed in. It's the first year in the league, and they have some goals in mind, and I definitely wanted to do my best to help bring them to those goals, both with my performance as John, the hockey player, but also with, outside of hockey, with the business side of things. And, I think there's going to be a lot to learn, especially on the outside of hockey aspect, the business side. There's a lot to learn, and I'm just really excited to get into it.
And what do you think about the team that's getting put together? Because you'll know Peaks, obviously, and you'll know Liam because you'll have played with him last year as well. And everybody knows Barry, but there's a whole range of other players that maybe you maybe weren't aware of so much. I don't know how much you looked at the Sharks when you're playing elite. What do you think of the team that we're putting together?
Yeah, it's obviously super exciting. I'm not going to lie, honestly, it happened. This all happened pretty fast. It was a very quick process, so I'm still kind of just getting caught up to speed, but yeah, with all the signings that they've made and just the overall direction the club seems to be headed in, there's definitely a buzz around the Solway Sharks, and I'm just excited to be a part of it and help in any way that I can.
The whole media thing, the whole social media thing's taken everybody by, maybe not surprised, but by storm. I mean, it's really good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. That was one of the first things I spoke to John about. I was like, just seems like you guys are absolutely killing the social media game. Every player announcement and the interviews with yourself, it just all seems first class, and it's exciting times for the organization for sure.
Going back to your kind of hockey career, because you're so passionate about it, I mean, what's been your career highlights, that things that you're going to look back on and think, wow, that was special?
Yeah, it's there's a lot to think about it's from my first year being, I guess I would have been 26 or 27, coming over to the UK for the first time, not really knowing a lot about the UK in general, and then not much about the elite league, going to Guildford and playing for Paul Dixon, and that organization was an absolute treat. It was they did so much for my growth as not just a hockey player, but just as a person and a human being. Had some good success, not only individually, but from a team standpoint of things in my years in Guildford. Some highlights would be, obviously, I think the 1 year, I don't remember the years of it now, exact dates, but the 1 year making it to the Challenge Cup finals, I think we lost in double overtime to Belfast. That was a big highlight for sure. And then, I was fortunate enough to be part of two teams where we went to the Final Four weekend, which was obviously fantastic, and just great experiences. But I think the biggest thing that you take from it, even just playing in Glasgow last year, it wasn't the smoothest of seasons, but it's just the relationships that you make so many new friendships. I've just been very fortunate and blessed throughout my career to live in different places and meet different fans and different teammates, and you keep those relationships going as the years goes on. It's couldn't have dreamt of something better.
I'm guessing because you're moving to Solway to play and to work, that you really enjoyed your time in Glasgow and in Scotland, and you're potentially looking to settle down long term in Scotland. Is that maybe
Yeah,
overstating
yeah,
it?
no, for sure. That's no, you're bang on. It's I'm fortunate. My fiance, we're getting married here like in 3 weeks, so we're gonna be going back home to Canada to make it official. Um, but yeah, as soon as we moved to Scotland, we just kind of realized, not just because at that stage in our lives, but we just fell in love with it. To be honest with you, the people are so nice, so friendly, and just Scotland as a whole. Like we love Glasgow. You obviously have the big city aspect of things, but then there's just so much open space. We have a dog. She loves going for her runs out in the Highlands and enjoying the countryside aspect of things as well.
You're going to fit in great to Solway. We're incredibly friendly, and we will welcome you with absolute open arms. I'm no doubt in that. What do you do with hockey for fun? Is it you kind of indicated running there?
Outside of hockey,
Yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, I think the biggest, like I said, we have a dog. We got a 5-year-old mini Australian Shepherd, and she kind of runs the show, to be honest with you. So she's a big fan of the off season because it means that she gets more one-on-one time with me, and we just like going on adventures, go for hikes. Yeah, me and my fiance Roxy, we like to stay active. Go play tennis, do whatever, just stay busy and just experience. Scotland and everything it has to offer. Obviously, we've only been here for, I guess it'll be coming up on a year in August. So I still think there's so many things that we haven't seen and haven't experienced, and it's just a lot of fun to travel around and see new things and just gain new experiences for sure.
Well, I hope you enjoy southwest of Scotland. There's lots of hidden gems down here, and Australian Shepherd dog is a cool dog.
Thank you. I think so as well.
Now, fans are going to be looking for loads of goals from you. No pressure, no pressure on you at all, but we're going to be looking for loads of goals. How are you feeling about this season coming up?
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Like I said, I don't know a ton about the NHL. I do know that it seems like, from everything that I do know about it, it seems like it's moving in a direction where it's progressing each and every year. There's more and more talent coming to that league. A lot of young Brits that seem to be just doing amazing. So I'm just excited to bring the same style of play that I've had over the course of my career and bring it there, and just be the passionate player that I am. I'm obviously competitive and I want to win, and I want to do everything in my power to help the team have success and to do well. I think it's also, now I'm at a unique stage in my career where I am getting a little bit older, and I have gained experience throughout these years, and I do, I want to take on that leadership role where I can, maybe share some of my wisdom with younger players and, give some guidance. I think there's a lot to offer in that aspect as well.
I was actually going to say that if you look at our roster, half the team are from Dumfries and have progressed through the kind of pathway through juniors and all the rest of it. And players like yourself coming in is only going to help them grow and develop. And within NIHL, two of the roster are going to have to be under 18 as well. So we've got young players coming through, and you've just said your role is going to be to help them develop as well. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's funny because in one sense, I still feel like I think the hockey world makes you feel young forever in some ways. So I sometimes I still pinch myself and I feel like I'm still in my first year, and I still feel like that youth is there and alive and well. But yeah, I've obviously had a lot of different experiences throughout my years. I've played in different countries, I've played in different leagues, been a part of teams with success. I've been a part of teams that you've had, struggles and lots of adversity. So I just feel like I'm in that, I'm in that position now where I can, help guide and help in any way possible. I want to be that type of individual and player that can be somebody to look up to, and somebody that you can look for guidance and help with whatever it might be.
Okay, couple of questions left. The most difficult one. What number are you going to be this year?
Yeah, it's funny. I kind of figured that was coming. I mean, obviously I've worn 90 for my entire career, and in the IHL, which is funny because it was never, before coming to the UK, it was never a number that I'd worn before. It was just simply because the numbers that I liked were taken or weren't available for retirement purposes or whatnot. But yeah, I think that this new venture that I'm on in Solway is totally something different. So I'm more than happy to give up 90. I think it's a new chapter in my life, and I'm going to look for something new, I guess. I don't really put a lot of thought into it. I like the high numbers, something unique that I haven't worn before. I'll probably end up falling with.
I'm kind of disappointed with that. I was expecting you and Peanut to drop the gloves and have a go for who was going to get number 90.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen. I'll leave that for him.
Yeah, no, that's great, and it'll be interesting to see what number you pick. Just a last thing that I ask everyone when we're interviewing them. A message to the Solway Sharks fans who will just be ecstatic that you've been announced, but a message to them from you.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of excitement and buzz kind of building already, and I guess that's the one thing that's unique about my position is, I'm coming in to play hockey, but I'm also coming in on that marketing and that hockey operations side of things. And from what I've heard so far, is just the passion that the people of Dumfries have for sport in general and for the hockey club. With this move into the NIHL, we wanted to just be as successful as possible, and I'm going to do everything in my power as a business person and as a hockey player to ensure that there's growth and in the right direction. The club moves forward, and you gain recognition throughout not just Scotland and the surrounding areas, but throughout the entire league.
Perfect. I mean, the guys at Dumfries we're all really close. We're really close to the players as well. So, John's put the invite out there, help him in his new job as well, folks. Thank you so much for signing. Thank you so much for joining me today. We wish you all the best. It's only about 7 or 8 weeks before the first game. It seems crazy because we're just coming into July, but it's going to be great to see you, John. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andy. I'm very much so looking forward to it. Appreciate it.
Okay, take care.